Article 162 about Governor. Extent of executive power of state. Subject to the provisions of the Constitution, the executive power of a state shall extend to the matters with respect to which the legislature of the state has power to make laws, provided that in any matter with respect to which the legislature of a state and parliament have power to make laws, the executive power of the state shall be subject to and limited by the executive power expressly conferred by this Constitution or by any law made by Parliament upon the Union or authorities thereof. Article 163. Council of Ministers to aid and advise Governor. There shall be a Council of Ministers with the Chief Ministers at the head to aid and advise the Governor in the exercise of his function, except in so far as he is by or under this Constitution required to exercise his functions or any of them in his discretion. If any questions arises whether any matter is or is not a matter as respect which the Governor is by or under this Constitution required to act in this discretion, the decision of the Governor in this discretion shall be final, and the validity of anything done by the Governor shall not be called in question on the ground that he ought or ought not have to acted in his discretion. The question whether any, and if so, what advice was tendered by ministers to the Governor shall not be inquired into in any court. Article 164. Other provisions as to ministers. The Chief Minister shall be appointed by the Governor, and the other ministers shall be appointed by the Governor on the advice of the Chief Minister, and the minister shall hold office during the pleasure of the Governor. The Council of Ministers shall be collectively responsible to the Legislative Assembly of the state. Before a minister enters upon his office, the Governor shall administer to him the oath of office and of secrecy according to the forms set out for the purpose in the third schedule. A minister who for any period of 6 consecutive months is not a member of the legislature of the state shall at the expiration of that period ceases to be a minister. The salaries and allowances of ministers shall be such as the legislature of the state may from time to time by law determine, and until the legislature of the state so determines shall be as specified in the second schedule. Article 165. Advocate General for the state. The Governor appoints the Advocate General for the state. Article 136. Conduct of business of the government of a state. All executive actions of the Governor of a state shall be expressed to be taken in the name of Governor. Article 167. Duties of Chief Minister as respect to the furnishing of information to Governor. It shall be the duty of the Chief Minister of each state to communicate to the Governor of the state all decisions of the Council of Ministers relating to the administrations of the affairs of the state and proposals for legislations. To furnish such information relating to the administration of the affairs of the state and proposals for legislation, the Governor may call for, and if the Governor so requires, to submit for the consideration of the Council of Ministers any matter on which a decision has been taken by a minister but which has not been considered by the Council. Article 168. Constitution of legislature in states. For every state there shall be a legislature which shall consist of the Governor. Article 174. Sessions of the state legislature. Prorogation and dissolution. The Governor shall from time to time summon and prorogue the House and dissolve the Legislative Assembly. Article 175. Right of Governor to address and send messages to the House or Houses. The Governor may address the Legislative Assembly. The Governor may send messages to the House. Article 176. Special address by the Governor. Special address to the House by the Governor. Article 188. Oath or affirmation by members. Every member of Legislative Assembly or the Legislative Council of the state shall, before taking his seat, make and subscribe before the Governor or some person appointed in that behalf by him an oath or affirmation according the form set out for the purpose in third schedule. Article 192. Decisions on questions as to disqualification of the members. Decisions on questions as to disqualification of members. Article 200. Assent to bills. The Governor assents, withholds, assent or reserves for the consideration of the bill passed by the Legislative Assembly. Thank you.